As we continue our focus on the future, we are joined by AUA Secretary Dr. David Penson to discuss some current accomplishments and his plans looking ahead. Thanks for your time today.
Thanks for having me, I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Well, what an exciting week. We have some new offerings this year, specifically some innovative new initiatives happening in the Learning Lab. I want to get started with the clinical trials in progress. What was the goal here?
So the whole idea behind clinical trials in progress is to make the urologic community more aware of ongoing clinical trials of new agents, new devices, which are going to change the way they practice. They're ongoing trials, so they're not ready for prime time yet. But we really want people to be aware of what's going on so that way they can prepare and they know what's coming down the pike. It's really important for urologists to be on the cutting edge, and this is how they're going to be on the cutting edge.
And another thing in that same vein is the P2s, but they are different from the clinical trials in progress. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so the P2 stand for practice-changing, paradigm-shifting clinical trials. These are trials which are done, which are reporting out, hopefully for the first time, about new agents that people are going to see and they're going to say, FDA is about to approve that, or FDA just did, and I'm going to take that back to my practice. I want to use it next week to help my patients. It's a really big deal, these trials, and having them in the big room with everyone seeing it, I just hope that people get a chance to learn it and take it right back to their patients.
So those really are the breakthroughs as they're happening?
That's correct.
Okay, any particular studies you would like to highlight? Anything that really caught your attention when you were deciding kind of what to showcase this week?
Yeah, so there are 3 studies I want to mention, and 2 of them are in the P2s. The third one is in one of the other sessions, but they're all related, and they're all in bladder cancer. There's a study, one of the Sunrise studies, looking at the TAR 200 pretzel that's going to be presented in the P2. That's clearly going to be something that's going to change the way we treat non-muscle invasive bladder cancer. Similarly, the BOND study, which is crestimogen, I never pronounced that correctly, but another intravesical agent which is going to get approved by the FDA, I'm almost certain. Something that, again, urologists will want to use. We're seeing new data from both those. The third one is the Anktiva product, which is another intravesical therapy agent, which was just approved by the FDA last week. Those 3 studies talk about 3 agents which are really going to change the way we treat non-muscle invasive bladder cancer. It's really exciting, and I'm glad they're presenting here.
Very exciting. All right, like I said, we're talking about the future of AUA today. We're focusing on the future. And like it or not, with that comes the conversation of AI in urology. I'd love your thoughts on utilizing machine learning within the field of urology.
Well, you can't have a meeting these days without saying the words artificial intelligence, right?
Like I said, like it or not.
It's just like it's the buzzword. But clearly AI is going to play an important role. We actually had a session here at the AUA on Friday about AI in the plenary session. I think it's going to make a really important impact in the way we do pathology in urology, the way we do radiology. The machine learning will allow us to consistently standardize the way we interpret pathology, radiology, and it'll also help us to make decisions on how to treat patients, because AI is able to look at huge numbers of patients and assimilate large amounts of data to guide clinicians to say, go with this treatment or this treatment. It's not going to replace urologists, though. In the end, AI can't do surgery, and I think that's a key point. So it's really going to be a great adjunct for us in the future. We're going to see more and more of it at this meeting. I'm looking forward to more AI at this meeting in the coming years as I'm secretary.
There are concerns, though. Do you have any concerns about AI?
Yeah, I do. There's obviously the legal issue around copyright, people taking the data. You know, we're sort of assuming it's right all the time, and it's not always right. So I have concerns, but my main concern is that people will sort of have it replace thinking and the human touch, and we don't want that. And as long as we're aware of it, I don't think it'll happen. I think it's nothing but a positive, but we do have to be aware that it's not a replacement for a human being. It just isn't.
Right, love that. Okay, before I let you go today, what are your priorities as we head into the future?
So my priorities for this meeting and for urology is to really improve the quality of the evidence that's presented here. Urologists want to treat patients in the best way possible, and they want to be guided by the highest quality evidence, and that's why you see all this focus on clinical trials, because I really feel like this is something that urologists have to be more aware of, they have to be more on top of. We have to do more trials. It's good for our patients. So I think that's something I want to focus on in the future, and I think it'll be good for the specialty.
Well, you've certainly done that with this week. So we're looking forward to those clinical trials in progress and also the P2s. And thank you for your time today.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.